What's up, fantastic humans? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am joined by my lovely sister Devin.
Hello.
And we are doing a colonial estate build, which we built together. It's a long one, so strap in and get ready for about 40 minutes of content for when we build this house. And tell them why that happened, Devin.
Because I wanted a big house and I didn't realize how big it was.
Yes. And she also didn't realize that when you have a big house, you have to spend lots of time furnishing and also building it, which then just adds to the amount of time. So by like hour 5, she was real done with it. And I was like, yeah, this is normal. I don't know what you're doing. But so right now we're just putting together the roof. It's got a little bit of a interesting kind of, I guess, patio area, but you can't access it. It's just kind of that style of roof from the colonial times. So yeah. Devin, what is your favorite part of this build?
My favorite part of this build is probably the kitchen or the study that we'll get into later.
Yep. So this house has 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. You can fit up to 6 Sims in it. It has a space for 2 teens, a toddler, and a child, as well as the 2 adult Sims as well. And I think it turned out pretty good. For being one of the biggest houses. I usually don't do big houses, kind of like I said before. It's because of the time constraint of them, and also just because they're harder to furnish, I think, and make them look kind of full and full of life, I guess. So yeah, just right now, just doing some decorations. Took me forever and a day to get those to match up correctly, but it's all good. And we're going to be doing a little balcony area out to the front where you can actually access? Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's a door. Yep, I remember now. So, Devin, tell them about the backyard.
So the backyard has like a fun little area for the adults with a grill and a hot tub. And then it's also got a lot of fun things for the kids with a slip and slide and a pirate ship and something else.
Yeah, it has the toddler. It has the toddler jungle gym on there as well. So originally we built this in, I think, Windenburg? Or is that where it ended up? I don't know.
Twin Oracle Point.
Yeah, that's the name of the lot, Devin.
Oh, just kidding. Sorry.
No, it's cool. So we ended up building it in a different world, and then the lot was a little bit too big. So here in a little bit, once we kind of finish the outside, you'll see that we actually jump into a different lot, and I think it ends up being a better size for the lot. So for those of you that are like, there's literally a pirate ship behind the house. Why do they add a pirate ship? That's because we moved the lots, and there was no longer a pirate ship, so we had to add our own. But yeah, I really like the style of this house. Devin was the one that picked it. She kind of likes these more traditional style houses, which is nice because, like I said before in my previous videos, I'm very keen on building modern and industrial style houses. So this was a bit of a challenge for me that I really enjoyed kind of building together. So that was cool. So this little extra add-on to the side is a bit of a sunroom, which turns out really cool. There's windows all the way around it on the sides, and there'll be some furniture in there. And originally we were gonna sink it down and make it into like a sunken area, but then that wasn't working because the space was just a little bit too small to have all the stairs that we needed, and then also have room for furniture. It just really did not make sense. So we ended up just having it all on one level, and I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think?
I do too. And we also took off the things that are the little window things on the roof. Those didn't end up in the final build as well. They just weren't working out.
Well, no, the dormers did, but they're different dormers.
And they're different dormers?
Yeah. So they're okay. So right now we're doing the Gothic style dormers, but then later on we kind of change them into like a more traditional style. So they're less like pointy at the top with the window. Remember? No? Okay. It's fine. So I'm just adding some gutters in and making it a little bit, more more interesting on the front of the house instead of just all brick. But I do really like the landscaping for this. I think it's really simple, but really elegant as well. And then it has 2 really big porches in the back on both levels, which I think just fits perfectly with the style. And it turned out really cool. So yeah. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. There were so many columns. I think if you add a few more columns, you can actually get the mansion baron achievement thing, aspiration. I started to take off the fence here, and then I was like, you idiot. Like, no one's going to have stairs going from this balcony, so you need to not have that open. But it's fine. It's all good. And then we're going to put a lot of windows in the back as well, which will get turned around and changed. I did this backwards just for you, Devin, because I hate doing this. I really do like putting windows in as I go because it's so many windows and they get in the way, and then it's just like you change them later. So we end up changing it, but it looks uniform now. It won't, but it does now. So, there's that. Oh my gosh, the floor plan took us forever to figure out.
Yeah, I think the floor plan alone took us like an hour and a half in real time just to figure out and plan out.
Yeah. Because someone wanted a big house.
Sorry.
But no. So it has a study on the ground floor as well as a laundry room on the second floor. And the foyer area is actually 2 stories and it's open, which I think is really cool. We were originally going to do an open area over the living room as well, but then that didn't really work out and we needed more space. So we needed more space in the big house, but we did. And so we ended up changing that a little bit too. But I think overall it looks really cool. Just putting in some lights for the front porch and then a couple of plants as always, because the best way to decorate is with greenery and plants. Also, if you guys are interested, the EA Game Changers like James Turner and Little Simsy and stuff, all of their stuff is out for the Eco Living stuff. So if you are interested in buying that pack, I would highly suggest watching their videos because it is coming out on June 5th. And I'm really, really excited for it. I watched James Turner's overview of the build buy mode today, and it's going to be excellent. Like, I'm so freaking excited about it because it's all modern stuff, I think, and it just looks really cool. I'm really excited for the green roofs too. That's going to be a really cool feature, I think. So look forward to that and check those videos out if you're considering buying it because it's going to be really cool. So right now we're just doing a little patio area, which will turn around just a little bit because we end up moving the door to fit with the hallway inside, but it has a little like fire pit, I guess, and then a little succulent planter thing and just a couple of plants. I'm really excited for the vertical planters in Eco Living because they're going to look really cool and be kind of like that, but also be a garden. So I'm really excited. I can't talk enough about the Eco Living. Honestly, I'm just really excited. Anyways, so we also have a flower arrangement table out here and some wind chimes and a bird feeder as well. So you have all that. This little piece drives me nuts because it's actually painted. It's just the light that makes it look different than literally anything else. But it has the same floor trim or roof trim and everything's good with it. I just don't know why it's doing that. So I did cut out a little bit just because it was a really long video, and then obviously we're moving around a lot and I don't want to make people sick. So then I just kind of cut out all that extra movement and stuff here. So Devin, tell them what we're going to do right here.
So this is the little flower planter area that just has a lot of wildflowers or assorted flowers. Kind of like a mini garden that nature will maintain. You don't have to, obviously you don't water plants, but yeah, it's just a flower bed for some color with all kinds of different plants and flowers in it.
Yeah, so what I was kind of going for with this one was just to kind of have a little bit of landscaping that somebody just basically planted a bunch of flowers. It was originally going to be the garden, but then it didn't really work out with the foundation and stuff, and it wasn't turning out how I wanted it to look, so that's why we went with the little foundation for the flowers there. So I think it turned out really cool, and you can see it from the windows in the sunroom. Yeah, thanks. The sunroom, and I think that's a really cool view for it too. Of course, we are using the anniversary hot tub. I actually really like this. I know some people don't, but I think it's cool. I love the little roof on top, and it just it's really neat with the lights on it too. So yeah, we got a 6-seater little dining area here, which is nice because all of your Sims can sit down if they want to. I know that Sims don't usually sit down together, but sometimes if they have really good relationships, they will actually sit together and eat meals. So that's kind of cool too. Originally, we were going to just start out with the swings and the little monkey bars, but then I realized that we had the pirate ship or the little spaceship, so we went with the pirate ship because it's more fun that way.
And a slip and slide.
Yes, right there. And so it originally, like, it started out there and then it went to the side and then it comes back. So it'll stay in the same position because of the toddler jungle gym. But there's a lot of area outside for your Sims to build their skills for kids. And there's a little bit of a garden area here for your plants. And I put in the starter seeds so that you have that, as well as the bee boxes, because as I have said before, I love the bee boxes. I love the honey. I love that whole gameplay. I think it's just great. And then we have the beautiful fountain in the front that Devin liked. And then I wanted to put a little bench here because that's really what I like to do. But we decided just to go with the wildflowers on it. And I think Devin was right in that decision for it to look better. So here we're just moving it around a little bit again so we can have it had the door in the hallway. This is after we figured out the floor plan, so we're going to start actually going inside now that the outside is basically done. And you'll see there's just so much space in this house, and then just trying to furnish all of it was kind of crazy. Oh, you know, Devin, I don't think you can get to the top because that's above the foyer. So there's no door to the little balcony area there, but there is on this side.
Right.
Yeah. So here again, we're just going to have a foyer, and then on the right side is going to be the dining room and kitchen area. Left side will be the study, and then the sunroom, obviously, as the extension with the little family room, living room there, which will have an open floor plan in just a second, but we were kind of sectioning everything off so we knew where everything was going and then just kind of trying to put it all together. And we do end up kind of moving things around and making it more proportionate and centered, because right now you can see the foyer is really not centered on anything, and so we do change that and then kind of make it different. I think it turned out better that way. We wanted originally to do those huge island living archways, and it just didn't look right with the style. So, but yeah. So tell them what's going on now.
So we're just kind of putting in the basics for the kind of first floor foundations with the arches and everything, and we were trying to figure out exactly how everything lined up for the second floor, and wanted to make sure that kind of we knew where the stairs were going to be, where the final upstairs, where that space for the stairs needed to be, and kind of how that all laid out. And then we're also just kind of generally working on the floor plan as well.
Yeah. So upstairs we have all of our bedrooms, and then there's a playroom too, which turned out really cool. And then there's also the laundry room, like I said. And then downstairs is a bathroom, half bath, with just a toilet and sink. And then upstairs you have 3 full bathrooms, all of which are en suites actually for each room, which is a neat thing that turned out. So that was cool. So right now you can see there's a big hole over where the living room is, and then going down we're just trying to figure out, how we're gonna support it, I guess, for it to look natural and in like a real life situation. But that didn't really work very well. Plus the floor trim is coming through, which I really wish they'd fix that because it's very annoying for it to look like that inside the house too, I guess. Maybe there should be like an option where you can turn that on and off, where it's inside if you want it or outside only if you want it that way too. But for now, we just kind of deal with what we have. And we ended up having to fix that in the foyer as well, which we did a good job of, but we couldn't really get it for the living room area. So yeah, the teen room, I think, is on the upper right-hand corner. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah. And then the kids' rooms below it, and then the upper right-hand corner ends up being the master bedroom. And then the teen room is on the other side as well. But I think the hallway turned out cool. There's a little reading nook there with a bookshelf and stuff that is pretty good for reading and just kind of chilling out. And we didn't use as much modern furniture for this one as well. We kind of stayed really true to that traditional vibe, which again was really hard for me because they're not my favorite kinds of objects in this game. So, um, yeah, it was pretty cool. So tell them about the kitchen, Devin.
So the kitchen, we kind of just wanted it to be open and kind of light and fun, but also be relatively functional. We are currently trying to figure out what kind of hood we wanted for the stove. Um, but I like the darker wood in it. It kind of gives it a more kind of warmer feel to it. And then we'll add in here in just a second an island with the sink and the dishwasher. And then there's a family kitchen table as well. There's the first change on the back side of the windows into so that they fit between the cabinets and counters.
Yeah. And I think the only thing that was really modern from this perspective was like the living room was a little bit more updated, and then the patio was a little bit more updated too. So it's almost like, this family kind of moved in and they had all this space, and then they had like a traditional kitchen and traditional dining area as well, and then they just kind of updated their couch and stuff for the living room area. So that was kind of cool. But it actually tied in really well, and I don't think the couch was super modern, so that it like stood out, but it really does work really nicely together. There's also a high chair in this one, and of course we do put in the trash cans. We actually remembered everything this time. I felt really accomplished about it. We had our trash cans put in, we had our thermostat put in, and we had an umbrella holder. So you are literally set. We had the potty, the toddler potty, the high chair, and then of course bathtubs for them as well. So everything is good to go, and it's a win for us. High five. Good job. All right. So yeah, we're just putting in. I think that was what you were talking about. You kept telling me to center the light, and I didn't realize that you were talking about the light over the table. So yes, that is very off center, so please fix that if you download this. It is in the description. The link is in the description for you, and on EA on the gallery for you as well. And it does use a lot of packs because this is our special one. But next week is the first week that we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing the base pack and then one pack with it. So then that'll start. Every week we'll do a new pack with the base game so that you can download it if you just have a few packs. So I'm really excited. And then starting on Tuesday is our 8x4 challenge. Let's play. So that hopefully we can get through most of university by the time Eco Living is out, and then do the civil engineering job, which I'm really excited about. And that opens a lot of gameplay options for the Eco Living pack. So stay tuned for that, and make sure that you are subscribed below and have those notifications on so that you can get updated when I post those videos too. So right now we're just doing the living room. As you can see, the couch is a little bit more modern, but not too modern, and I think it really turned out cool. I love the color orange. It was getting a little bit too brown for me in the house, so this is my living room, for sure, my style, with a little bit of pop of color with the oranges and stuff. And I found that plant, I think like 2 weeks ago or something. I didn't know it existed, and then I saw it in something, and I was like, wow, I'm going to use that plant more often. So there we go. I used it. But so yeah, that was the kitchen and living room area. And now we're going into the dining room area and the foyer, just putting in those floor tiles and getting ready to furnish that as well. It took us a little bit to figure out what kind of floor tiles we wanted and kind of what wall colors. I think it's pretty muted for the wall color. What do you think, Devin?
I think so. I think we definitely went for the more kind of pastel or neutral colors just to make it kind of easier to pair everything together with. It makes it a little more traditional, a little more kind of classic almost. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so for the dining room, you do have an 8-seater table, and then of course like a china hutch, which is not playable, but it's nice for decoration with just a little plant. I really liked how simple the dining room area turned out, but really classic, really elegant, and really nice too. So there you go. We kind of did stick with the theme of brown in the dining room, but then added some pop of color with the blue, and then the blue walls as well. So I think that turned out good. And I think we actually make it a little bit bigger so then the table can be on center or in the center, and then it makes the foyer a little bit smaller because we end up moving that over too. So you'll see that in a little bit. But there is a nice foyer area. Again, I love entryways, love it about everything. So we do have a little seating area, and I love that lamp. I've never used it before, but it just fit in so perfectly here, and I think it's from Seasons, and it just looks so cool with the flower printed chairs and then the flower printed pictures as well. So that was really neat. There's the umbrella holder, and then I'll put in the thermostat later, so don't worry. But we have both of the coat rack and umbrella holder as per usual, and then just trying to figure out what kind of rug we wanted. So Devin really liked this one, and I actually agree. I think it looks way better than the leave one, so that looks good. And we do take out a shoe rack, so that is just the women's shoe rack in the end because we do make it a little bit smaller, but I think it turned out cool. And then the stairs will be double stairs instead of just the single ones too. So just putting in that potted plant, sorry. And then then we've got the study here with a little reading area and bathroom with just the half bath there for you guys too. And there is an easel and a guitar, and then of course you have the bee box outside for activities. There's tons of kids stuff in here. I mean, this is like a haven for kids, and it's even got the lot trait that makes kids turn out better. Oh yeah, so here we're making the foyer bigger and making the stairs better, and then we're also just fixing the wall where that came through, and that turned out really well. So I wish we could have done that on the other side because that would have been cool too, but I think it's better to have that big playroom and then the laundry room as well. I think that looks better. So yeah, just making sure everything's a little bit bigger and even, and then going into the dining room to make everything in the center, and that's cool. So yeah. Right here, we're just putting in a little accent table for the little dining room area, which I think is just a cool piece to fill in that corner, and then it adds a little bit of light too with the lamp and the plant. So that's nice. If you don't know how to raise objects and stuff in the Sims 4, I did do a video tutorial on 15 things that you might not know about The Sims, and there's a bunch of building tricks and just kind of gameplay options that you can do, and some really cool hidden worlds and features like that too. So that's up on the screen now, and you can go check that out. So right now we're just doing the little study. Devin, tell them about this one because this was you.
So this is the little reading nook in the study that we're working on right now that is separate from the desk kind of working area. I kind of wanted something like a library, but not quite as big and full as a full library, but definitely somewhere where you can just kind of curl up in a chair and read, or kind of that feel. And here comes the bookshelf. And then we ended up changing it for a kind of a more traditional bookshelf, and then we move into the desk area with everything that you like, a standard desk, like with the working, like a work environment, with included important papers and a proper kind of desk environment, work environment.
Yeah, so for sure we added in a little bit of clutter just to make it seem a little bit more realistic with what Devin was talking about with the important papers and stuff from Strangerville. It was just kind of a nice added touch to have, kind of like a lawyer would be working in this office, or kind of like a freelancer or whatever. So I think that was a really nice touch that Devin really wanted, and I think it turned out well. And then of course it's got the ensuite half bath, which makes it really easy for you to work and stuff. And then we have a little easel in there too, so that it's just a really nice quiet workspace. So for the lot traits on here, we do have the peace and quiet or peace and quiet lot trait as well, which helps with like reading skills and stuff like that. And then I think the other one's homey, which obviously helps with like cooking and mixology and gardening and stuff too. So lots of really great skill perks here on this lot, and not just for adults but also for the kids, because the child's play one is the other one, so that was good. So this bathroom, I guess, is a little bit more modern, but I still think it keeps a little bit of the traditional feel with the little medicine cabinet area, and then the cabinets of the sink are a little bit more traditional as well, and of course with like the flooring. But I feel like the vintage glamour mirror is a little bit more modern. And then of course we have my favorite paintings of all time, the tiny living little paintings there with the leaves. So yeah, just adding in some rugs, adding in some decoration, and then we're gonna be moving upstairs, I believe, because I think, or no, we'll do the sunroom next, I think. So yeah, I really like how the sunroom turned out. I think it's such a southern thing. We are from Kentucky, so we're pretty caught up with all of the houses that are kind of like that southern living. So having a sunroom with that kind of tile on it really kind of made it pop. So yeah. And you can see out to the backyard, which is really nice. And we'll put windows all the way around too, so it's really like a sunroom. And we were originally going to put it as a greenhouse, but I actually really like it just being like another seating area here. And it does have a fireplace, and I think that rug is far enough away that it won't cause any issues. But I think it'll be really cool for you. So nice fireplace seating area for the winter, and then also just a nice sunroom for the summer too. So I think it's cool. And I love that little fan that came with Jungle Adventure. It's just such a neat touch because obviously, if you were in a sunroom, it would have a fan, and it's just like the perfect fan for that. So that's cool. Just adding a little bit of touches on to the little mantle there, and then a little seating area with some loungers. So if you don't actually want to lounge outside, but you want to still watch the kids playing in the yard, you can do that. Maybe have a nice mimosa or something while you're doing it in the morning. We were going to add in a full liquor bar, but we did not do that because there was no space. So I was contemplating like resizing it and stuff, and then I ended up messing up the room. So that's why you see me building another room here and then fixing it again with all of the touches that we had before. But yeah, I don't really know what happened there. It just like decided it wasn't a room anymore, so we kind of fixed it and just made it back to where it was. And then just adding in some art, and then we are going to move up to the second floor in just a second. So but yeah, I like the colors. I love the red in this. There's a lot of red, neutral tones, kind of like Devin was talking about. Just really earthy tones in the house, and I think it helped with the traditional vibe in it too. So moving up to the second floor, we started with the master bedroom being in the left-hand corner, and then it was just so small for the double bed that we decided we were going to make things a little bit bigger and more centered on the foyer as well. And I think it just ended up being better. So you saw that we fixed the foyer before in the video, and then we're also going to obviously add the flooring for the living room area too. So right now we're just kind of trying to figure out again the floor plan and kind of where we actually wanted everything to go, because we knew it was going to be a bedroom and ensuite. But the master bedroom is a little bit small, but I think it's bigger than the other one that we had too. So that's good. You want to talk about anything? No? Okay. So now we're just putting in a dresser and a little mirror area, and then just doing some decoration as always onto our little dresser area and stuff there too, with some artwork. And I think it's really classy, actually. I like it. I'm anxious to get back to a modern build though. Now I've done the traditional one, I did the base game one. Let's go into like an ultra modern, industrial style. I think that'd be great. But we'll see how it goes. And then, yeah, just fixing the thing, because when we ended up fixing that, the sunroom with the room problem, we ended up painting the whole bottom floor basically. So I was just fixing all of that, making sure that it looked great. And then there is a, oh yeah, we do actually lengthen the bathroom so that you can have a tub and a shower in it, and it doesn't feel cramped, and it's actually really cool. So I was originally going to extend it, I guess, widthwise, and then we ended up just doing it lengthwise, and it just turned out just fine too, because there was just a lot of space in that landing, and I think it actually turned out better having a bigger bathroom and a smaller landing, and instead of the opposite. So Devin wanted to put the row behind the door, so that's what we did, and it actually does work with gameplay. So you can have that, your sim will just walk through the door like it doesn't even exist, but it will float for a hot second when the door's open. Don't worry about it. Physics is whatever in the Sims, it's fine. So yeah, just putting in some windows again, trying to fix the problem of the windows. But yeah, I think it turned out cool. So this area is the little laundry room and the playroom, which we'll get to in just a second. Just adding in some lights and then heading into, I think we do the kids' room next, maybe. We'll see. Hold up. Oh, so there's us extending everything and then putting those lights in. Oh, we still got to fix the bathroom. I forgot. So just moving everything around, making sure that it fits well with everything. And your Sims should be able to use the shower. If not, you should just need to turn it. But I play tested it and mine sim was doing pretty good with it, so it should be totally fine. Just make sure that you place it with move objects because there is a lot of things that are placed weird, and if you don't put move objects before you place it, they'll either move around or be deleted. So just make sure that you have that cheat on. It is bb.moveobjects, and then you can download this in the gallery. Again, it is in the gallery. The link is in the description. My handle on EA is at Lauren in Edwards YT, but it is on the screen here for you too, so it's easy for you to find it. So now we're in the playroom, which I think turns out really cool. I ended up making the table a 2-seater instead of a 4-seater because they couldn't move around. There was a little bit small space there for the kids and stuff. I think the dollhouse actually was what was causing the issue. So it does turn into a 2-seater and then kind of shove more towards the wall, but it still works with everything. And then they have that little activity table there and some fun toys. So you want to tell them what we did in this one?
This we kind of wanted to give a little bit of everything for any age of child. And so we've got the craft center for the kids and the chemistry set. We also have the toy box and blocks come into play later with the toy box for toddlers, and then teens, I'm assuming, can play with all of this as well. No.
Only kids, but that's fine. Devin doesn't play The Sims as much as I do, but it's all good. No worries. So yeah, just adding in a UFO light, which I think turns out really cool. And then, yeah. So if you didn't know, again, from my video that I posted last week, there's the toddlers can actually play in the bookcases, and it gets their thinking skill up and their fun up as well. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the playroom, and this was really inspired by Devin. She loves, she's kind of a child at heart, I guess. So this was kind of inspired by her childhood dream room, I guess. So, and then moving right into the laundry room, it has a little, what do you call that? Sink. The
Set tub?
Yeah, the set tub, thanks. Utility sink, that's what I was looking for too. But yeah, so it has a little utility sink in there, and then just a little area for the hamper and stuff for the laundry, so you can do laundry. I didn't put any hampers in the rooms themselves, but it will automatically go to the hamper that's in the laundry room. So if you want to add in some of the hampers into those rooms, you totally can. I think there's a little bit of room if you use move objects in the alt placement there, but I think it turns out cool. So yeah, I love this little seating area. I think it's super cool. Like I said before, it's just a little quiet area for you to go upstairs and get your skills up, I guess, if you're reading or doing whatever. And then we're just adding in the thermostat, woohoo, and the smoke detector under the stove, or over the stove. And just adding in some art, and then going back upstairs to add in some lights and stuff in the hallway. And then we're going to jump into the kids' room and the teen room in just a second. So the teen room and the kids room, they do share beds, not beds, but rooms. But there's enough space for their beds in there, so you can definitely have plenty of room for them to live. And there is a computer obviously in the study downstairs, and then we put a laptop in the teen room, just kind of thinking that by that time they'll probably need some, in real life they would need a computer for their homework and stuff, so they can definitely do it there too. And it was kind of cool. It was almost inspired by kind of the differences in Devin and I, because obviously we are sisters, and so we're into different things. And the sisters, the room for the teen, have very much a sporty side, and then the other one is more of that like chill vibe. So while none of us are sporty on this between Devin and I, but we do have different tastes and stuff. So it was kind of cool to see that too. Plus, we had the blue bed for Devin and then the gray bed for me because my favorite color is black and Devin's color is blue. So it's pretty fun. And we have a little guitar in the teen room as well, kind of thinking that that one would be more of a musician, and then the other one again would have more of that sports vibe. So they have a soccer ball in there too, and then the little tiny living desk is in there too, which I really like just because it's perfect for this size. And even though it's a little bit more modern, I think it still fits in pretty well with the wood tones as well. So it's really nice. And there's the laptop and little blue chair. So moving into the kids' room, we're doing the bathroom right now. Everything has tubs. So like I said, you can have a toddler on this lot and you can basically give them a bath any place that you want to do that, because every bathroom has a bathtub except for the half bath downstairs, obviously because it's a half bath. But the toddler room is connected with the bathroom that has the toddler toilet as well. So that's there for your potty training skill, and it's pretty good. I love the little bathtub. I think it's so cool with the little shower curtain, and you can kind of customize that with the different swatches and stuff. I think it's really cool. Oh, for Eco Living, we're getting new toddler beds that look super, super cool. So I'm really excited to put those in, because the toddler beds that we have are basically this the standard one, and then there's like a blow up one, and then the race car bed. So for me, it was a really exciting feature because we'll have more options. So originally I was just going to put in a little slide, and I was like, why have just a slide when you can have the whole jungle gym? Like, why not? So I did put that in, especially with the ball pit. I know that the ball pit is kind of a point of for the Sims people, but I think it turned out good.
What toddler doesn't want a ball pit, though? Come on now.
I know, yeah. I think they actually fixed it a little bit, though, because before it was just plain flat on the top, and then I think they went back and added some texture because people were rioting in the streets. So so there's that. But so yeah, that was the kids bedroom with the toddler and kid bed, and then I'm just adding a little bit of couches onto the really long porches, which of course, if you want to go in and add any more kind of furnishing, I really wanted to keep it simple. And at this point, we had been working on this for like 6 hours or longer. So yeah, we're about to jump into the screenshots. There is the outside. Beautiful, beautiful house. I think it turned out super well. And then this is just a little look at the patio area, which is really cool, with a little seating area with a fire pit. And then, of course, the flower arranging table on the other side. And then here's the entryway. I did end up putting a mailbox in. You couldn't see it in the actual speed build part of it, but there's a mailbox there too for you. So then we have the dining room, and previously was the foyer area. And then moving into the kitchen, which looks really, really cool. It has a coffee station too. And then here's the little living room area. And then we're going to jump into the study here, which turned out really, really nice with the reading nook, and then the half bath as well. Added in another mirror just to make it look kind of more symmetric. There's the sunroom and that little reading area on the landing. And then this is just the view looking down into the foyer, which I think makes it look huge, and it's really cool. So there's the kids' bathroom and kids' bedroom with the little teddy bear and bookcase and stuff. And here's the master bedroom, which looks really elegant. I really like it. And I love that piece of artwork too. And there's the master bathroom with their shower and tub combo. Or well, not combo, but you know what I'm saying. They have both. And then there's the team bedroom as well with the sports and the music side. So that's cool. And there's their little thingy there. There's the playroom, the bathroom, that's what I was looking for. There's the playroom with all the toys and stuff there for you, and the little murals on every wall. I think it's really cool. There's the laundry room. So again, you can do laundry in this build. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. It was a great time building with Devin. So thank you, Devin, for being here today and helping me build this house. I think it turned out really nice. If you like this build, you can find it on the gallery through the link in the description below, or it's right here on screen for you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up below, and don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday, so hit that notification bell and you'll get notified when I do post them. Next week, we have our Let's Play happening and another build video for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Until then, go out there, be the fantastic humans that you are, be kind to each other, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!
Bye.